Hello everyone and welcome to my channel MoreToChess. The first stage of 2021 Grand Chess Tour called Superbet Chess Classic has started today, having 10 players. Okay, so in this video I am going to analyze the game between Constantin with white and Aronian with black. So Constantin starts with d4, Aronian played knight to f6, c4, e6, knight to c3 and bishop to b4, the Nimzo-Indian defense. Now queen to c2, the classical variation, preventing the doubling of the pawns, and now c5. This is known as the Berlin variation. Here instead of c5, castle is the main line, and the more frequently played move is d5, known as the Nova variation. But in the game, black played c5, now d takes c5, and black castles here. He did not take the c5 pawn because his idea is to play knight to a6 and then takes the c5 pawn and then play knight to e4, putting more pressure on the c3 knight. So knight to f3, white develops, knight to a6 and g3. In these kinds of position, it's preferable to open the bishop with the g2 diagonal, because after e3 this bishop is stuck and e4 is not possible because the knight is pinned. So g3, knight cross c5 as planned, bishop g2 and knight c to e4, putting the pressure on the c3 knight, trying to double up the white's pawn. Now white castles. Here white did not bother doubling his pawns since white has active pieces as a compensation. Now knight takes c3, b takes c3, the pawns are being doubled, bishop to e7 and now e4, preventing d5, d6 and e5. Since white have to make use of this diagonal and have to move this knight at some point, so why not now? D takes e5, knight cross e5 and queen to c7, attacking the knight and also the c4 pawn. Now in this position, black have the c8 passive bishop and white have the doubled pawns, so this is the imbalance they have to play on. Although the position is theoretically equal. So white played queen to e2, protecting both the pawn and the knight. Now black have to develop his c8 bishop, but the question is how? b6 is not possible because the rook is hanging, and after bishop d7 black will lose his bishop, and this knight on f6 you can see is doing nothing, not d5, not e4 and not even g4. So black played knight to d7, trying to exchange with the knight, and if not then knight c5 is quite a strong move. Now bishop to f4, threatening knight g6, knight cross e5, bishop cross e5 and bishop to d6. Since black's position is passive because of the c8 bishop, so black's trying to exchange more and more pieces. So bishop takes d6, queen takes d6 and queen to e3, with the idea of giving up the c4 pawn and play rook to b1, putting pressure on this b7 pawn. Now queen to c7, attacking c4, rook f to b1, attacking b7 twice, and now queen takes c4, bishop b7, rook b7 and h6, avoiding future back rank threats. Now rook takes a7, rook takes a7, queen takes and queen takes c3. Here in this position the material is equal, but the imbalances are these pawns, which on the top levels are almost drawish. Now white played rook to b1 with the idea of playing rook to b8. Now Aronian played queen to c2, attacking this rook b8, but this idea did not work here because of the move queen d1 check, king to g2 and queen d5 the perpetual, king g1, queen d1 check again, king g2, queen d5 and king g1, and the game ended in a draw by 3-fold repetition. So that was quite a classical game without any aggression or risk. Yeah, so that's it. If you enjoyed the game, then don't forget to subscribe and like. Bye bye.